besties, it's Lacy, CEO of Real Women, Real Success. And today I want to talk about how women can get over their fear of failure. And you might ask, why would I make a fear of failure video just for women? Well, women are my focus because I think that women are needed. Good women are needed at higher levels of leadership in the world today. But also, there was a study at Berkeley that really took me aback that had to do, I think, touched on fear. And it was a study about women advancing in the workplace and into higher levels of leadership. And it looked at what point a woman would apply for a job versus a man. And as it turns out, when advancing in their profession, men will apply for a job when they feel they meet 60% of the job qualifications. For women, it's 100%, and I know this from my own experience, trying to help women and support women advancing in their careers, that they often think they don't have enough degrees or enough, anything, experience, you name it. Women have a lot of excuses that are very real to them about how they are afraid of failing if they don't have 100% of the qualifications. So I know that fear is very prevalent, probably in my mind, in my experience, more prevalent for women than it is for men. So I wanted to do this video just to share a few thoughts on fear of failure. First of all, fear is a wonderful thing, and I couldn't always say that, okay? Because fear serves a primal role in our psychology, okay? In times when we were hunted by Tyrannosaurus and other beasts, okay, we had to protect ourselves. And fear is to help protect yourself. But in our modern day society where we go home, lock the door, and we're pretty much safe, fear, that type of fear is a little bit outlived for us, okay? It makes us hesitate to do things that we need to do. As a matter of fact, fear, this is my number one point, is a primary indicator that we're about to grow. Now, sometimes fear, there's that example that you may have heard before where sometimes women who have very sadly been the victim of rape or whatever said they had a premonition or a fear right before someone attacked them. That kind of fear is important when like I just talked about, when it's about your primal safety. Important to pay attention to that. I don't want you not to pay attention to that. The kind of fear I want you to disregard is the kind that tells you shouldn't take a step forward or a large leap forward to level up in your life, to get to the next position you want, to get to that better relationship, to get to that better place in life, role in life, that better engagement that makes your heart sing. If there's fear in that, I want you to ignore it, because what fear means in that context is just an indicator you're about to grow. So always look at fear as an indicator that you're about to grow. Unless it's like about your primal safety, it's an indicator you're about to grow. And I want you to remember that. Then you can embrace it a little bit more and not be so afraid of fear and fear of failure, okay? Also understand, I don't know how many of you may know this story of Sarah Blakely. She owns Spanx. And Spanx are a wonderful invention. I have some myself. And she's a beautiful woman that grew up in a household where she was encouraged to fail. And the reason that her father, she tells this story, you can look it up on YouTube, the reason her father encouraged her to fail is because he knew that trying things and finding out what didn't work was the path to success. I think sometimes we look as failure as so finite instead of just part of the process. You should have many failures along the way in order to get where you're going to go. Why? Because you need to know what does and doesn't work. So you got to fail a lot. So actually failure is part of the path to success. And if you know that, hopefully that can tamp down your fear a little bit. One of the things I also want to tell you, this is my third point, is that fear gives us a way out. It's sort of an excuse. And I don't want you to have an excuse, because I want to see you be everything you can be. I want to see you have the life you want. I want to see you pursue that position that you want. I want you to be the CEO or the highest level of professional that you want to be, have all the wealth that you want, okay? And fear gives you a way out. It gives you an excuse. And it's a faulty excuse. Because listen, if there's anybody who's ever faced the challenges that you face right now or that you will face and made it, that's an indication that you can too. So we can always find someone that's made it further than we have. So pretty much there's not a lot you can say really stands in your way. Fear is just a way to scare yourself out of moving forward. So I want you to remember that. And lastly, I want you to know that 80% of success is between the ears. It's what's going on in your head. And I'd love you to get out of your head and just move forward towards your goals without paying attention to what's in your head, fear of failure or whatever, or just out and out fear. There is a lady named Mel Robbins. Look her up on YouTube. She talks about this countdown method that she uses to get started on anything that she finds intimidating. And she has quite a gut-wrenching story, probably a story that many of you could relate to. Perhaps we've all had baggage in our lifetime. I know I certainly had abuse in my childhood. I had things happen to me that I've overcome in my childhood. I'm sure all of you have too. But she has a story that she's willing to share that kept her stagnated for a long time. And she was able to use this countdown method to propel herself into success again after some failures in her life. So I encourage you to go watch that. It's sort of as, I don't want to oversimplify it, but it is somewhat simple when you hear her explain it. It's about getting out of your head, deciding what you need to do, and then counting back from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just go do it. And that is a very profound method that a lot of women have found very useful in terms of just moving towards their goals, just doing it, whether it's losing weight, great relationship, promotion, becoming a CEO, whatever it is. Think about the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then you're just going to get up and do it. You don't even think anymore. You get out of your head. Okay, so I wanted to do this, what women can do to get past a fear of failure. I want to see you succeed, and we have a little more fear sometimes, a little more trepidation than our male counterparts. And I really want you to be able to get past that and understand that fear actually can be an asset. I want you to hold hands with fear. Hold hands with fear. It means you're growing. It likely means you're on the right path, or that you're about to learn something that will alter your path and make it more towards your goals, okay? So fear is actually your friend. Other than the kind that keeps you physically safe and out of danger, fear is your friend. Hold hands with it and go achieve your dreams, okay? So I hope that was helpful this week. I look forward to seeing you next week, and always remember, I'm your biggest fan.